Alright. Alright. Is gone. Did the God Echo go away? I had it set up, but I had the wrong thing set up, I guess. Yay. Alright, now how loud is my AC sounding? You can. Oh, okay. Good. Sometimes it picks it up, sometimes it doesn't. All right. I can man, I forgot how sad this game looks. All right. Let's start it with the sad, not sad game. And my mouse works. Oh, this is fun. A new thing that's happened. Oh, great. Ah, the joys of live streaming. Click over to the window. I feel like one day things will work. And today is not that day. Oh yeah, Grandma was basically telling me I'm grounded in this. I did that part already. This game doesn't let me save.
Gran's brow furrowed.
I forgot about her.
She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
She has to go take care of something. You're to stay in the house for the day, if you will. I think I'm grounded. I think Grandma knows what I did. That or I left the fridge open and now I'm in trouble. And I don't think this kid's ever been grounded before. Or maybe Grandma's doing something dangerous. She's like that grandma from Hoodwinked and is like a secret super spy. If I'm not back by dinner, there's a stew in the icebox. But nothing. You're to stay here, understand? Yeah. Say it. I am to stay here. Oh, say it. I should just say it. It. Do I have that option? I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Meh. Oh, and Luca. Yeah, I know. Like the icebox. Fridge. We have phones, but we still call the fridge an icebox. Actually, when did they stop calling a fridge an icebox? I don't know. I'm going to do it again. Ha! Take that, Granny. Okay, we'll close it. Gonna leave the water running. Whoa, did that drawer open? Did it open before? Did other drawers open? Oh, I don't.
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
What'd I do? Uh-oh. I did something wrong. Is that coming from upstairs? Oh no, okay, I didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Is it Morse code? Also, I forget how to go upstairs. Where's the upstairs? Is the upstairs this way? I know this isn't the upstairs, but I must ponder these thoughts. Am I grounded? Is Granny mad at me? Why does that guy keep telling me how hot my grandma is? Things to think about. Hello? Is anyone there? Oh great, so this is a horror movie from the UK. And a zombie is going to attack me now. Jump, jump. No, is it coming from my parents' room? Nope. So, my room? Oh, it's my walkie-talkie that I totally knew was there. I suppose I did go home. Hello? Rolo, is that you? Over? Strange. Also, I don't think I was anywhere near that enough for that to work.
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
That was strange. Oh, great. I'm going to do all the things in horror movies that I shouldn't do. Which door's knocking? Is it the closet? Is it the parents' door? Is it the front door? I went the wrong way. I'm stuck. Stuck. Okay. Oh. Hey, Roxy. Sorry that I kicked you earlier, I guess. If this is about accidentally kicking you yesterday, I'm not sorry about that. Is Rolo here? No? Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rolo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rolo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weep Woods, and then it was late and we went home. Weep Woods? If he's alive, I'm going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Oh no, did Rolo get eaten? Rolo! Where are you? Check the library for Rollo. Of course, immediately ignore Grandma's words. Okay. First... I can't eat what was in here now. There was dots in there before. Did I miss a thing? Ah, I missed a thing. I'm annoyed by that. I'm so bothered and I can't redo it. My insides are going redo. But I can't. Haha, Grandma, I left the house. But I'm still technically at the house. Loophole! Or did she say stay inside? If so, that's not a loophole. I kind of ignored most of Grandma's words. So there's nothing in here that I need other than creepy. Well, let's go back. See if there's something else. You never know. Stuff can come back. I'm stuck again. I'm always getting stuck on stuff. Nope. Oh, that's just a cool kid spot. Nope. Nope. Fire. Okay. Nope. Okay. No. Alright. Nope. Alright. Nope. 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 It's making all the noise. Okay.
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
Did you have to narrate that part again? Feels a bit silly. Okay. No. All right. Sorry, Granny. Question, where is the library? Oh, I get to be cool again. Look at me. I'm all mysterious. I ignore my grandma's probably good advice. Because I'm cool and mysterious like that. Yeah, that's right. Look at me with my sweater on in the summertime. Outside. Is there anything useful? Oh, this is where the tree is. Oh yeah, see, as adorable as it is, that's not where I'm supposed to be going. Hey, Bert? Have you seen Rollo? Nope. No, I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back. Okay, small child with candy. I won't take that. I won't take your candy. Because you look like a baby. I'm not that mean. No? Okay, I have no idea. Where's the library? Is it down here? Nope, that's a fence. Oh no, I remember where the library is. I remember. I meant to never talk to you again. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete. You silly goose. Oh, now I feel a bit wrong. I'm sorry to assume you were the same red panda that I previously talked to just because you're a red panda wearing the exact same outfit and have a clipboard and you basically sound the same. How dare I profile you? It's Toby. Could have fooled me. Well, it's no problem. The important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you aliens? Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all a part of something special, Luca. Nope, back to cult. Oh, it could be an alien cult. A cult thinking that they're going to go into space with aliens. That's what it is. That's what I've settled on what's happening here, is that he is a part of an alien cult. And it all starts. Alright. Here in Beacon Pines, I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right! So, how about you start by telling me? Look, no offense, but I've got my own stuff to take care of. Aw, you joker. We're all a part of this together, as a whole. Here's some Kool-Aid, drink it. You let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. Alright, yeah, again, did not mean to talk to you. You really need to go back to work. Whoa, what a cool cat, I think. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she'd be here, then she will be here. Just don't see why I'm standing around doing nothing and waiting for Roxy when I could be standing around doing nothing and getting paid for it. Come on, Louie. Roxy needs our help. Yeah. Well, good intentions don't qualify as legal Tinder. Arr, my parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? I should probably have voices for all three of these people, but yeah, I don't know their personalities enough to do that right now. Something feels different about something feels different about this time. What can we do to help? Are these all high school girls? We need to check where the adults aren't. Oh, whoa. So I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift doesn't end in another couple of hours. We could spend the time making posters. That would be great. I guess. Right. Fitz and I will check Weepwood. We'll be back late to pick up the posters. Later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weepwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. I was just trying to go to the library, man. Okay, but can I get that map? I guess now I know that they have a map, or is there something over here? Is there like a thingy? A clue, a charm. Hi, Luca, what's up? You haven't seen Rolla around recently, have you? He doesn't come around here much. Not since they made a rule that he can only order decaf. Oh, how dare they? No such rule should be a thing. His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. What book are you reading? Are you reading the book that I'm writing / playing reading? Or are you the two that were... No, you're different. Who's talking? What's this about a missing child? Oh, that was the wrong... this is this dude. I must stress that the situation is completely under control. It's just all seems so terrible. And you sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I am certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodgings. Oh yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter... Beck? Okay. That... Now where did she run off to? Alright, bye. Library. Right there. Let me.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yuck.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu, one of the greatest acting minds of our time.
Oh.
By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Oops.
Sally Seashore's simple, succulent sundries.
I wonder how long it took the voice actor to get that one.
Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
I don't know if that's how you should sell a recipe book. I wonder if it's even edible. Yum. Succulent.
There were rarely any actual new additions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone. Oh, you're on to them. Is there a way to go? Oh, there's stairs. I see. I don't want to talk to you yet. I'm stuck on a chair.
Mycological phosphorescence.
No witty comments. More like myco Miplet loss of interest. Oh. My complete loss of interest. Ha. Clever.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read: Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring. You're such a lame kid, Luca.
The entire top
Says
level of
the
the library was
nerd.
devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
Nerd is what I got. Is what my achievement was. What, you got something against nerds? Okay, who's this kid? Hey, Jace? Oh, hey, Luca. I don't know why this kid in the library sounds like that, but... Did Rilla come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early in the days when a new issue drops. Rilla's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me. You know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet. Cool.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject,
Oh, that's pretty
making him a
cool.
reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Ahem. Oh, hey, Luca. You snuck up on me. Good book? No. Just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on the wonderful world of bees. How beautiful. Listen, I can only do so many puns with that. Okay, you gotta give me more stuff to work up. That to do with bees. I mean, not to be a buzzkill. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bees species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if there are 2 queens in a hive, one dies, they will fight to the death for supremacy? I think everybody knows that. Fight. That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rollo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Okay, no. I'm the one who makes the terrible bee puns, not you. We've established there can only be one queen bee, so now only one of us gets to live now, kid. And I think I can take you. I'm Come on, bring it on. Bring it on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't reach you. Okay, you win. This isn't over. I'll remember this. Huh. Oh. Are you the new kid? What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh, yeah. Mr. Noon guy who has the hots for my grandma works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? I'm Luca. Van Horn. You new here? Yep. Not by choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
Oh, wow. Not a stereotype at all. I'm looking for my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Does it? I mean, to Luca, I guess, because his mom went missing. Man, Luca's just having an awful sort of year, huh? Well, that sucks. Yeah. So, I should probably get going. Bye! Hey, wait up! What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Of course you have an unlucky penny. Is that why are you like a black cat and like your thing is like I'm unlucky? Is that what your thing is? Unlucky? Luca, who has a tragic past, does not seem impressed by this. Yep, well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find this friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kinda like me and Rollo. I guess Rollo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. Granny's gonna be so mad at me. I'm supposed to be at home. The name is Beck. Pleased to meet you, Beck. Suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. This is our telephone booth.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
One day, they're gonna make a whole movie based off of this. And people are gonna really like it, and in the future, they're gonna probably think it's dumb. Okay, let's keep going. Or they'll like it ironically. Hello! Welcome! I'm ignoring my grandma. Oh, this kid with the bugs. And looking for my friend. Mostly ignoring grandma, apparently. Have you seen Rolo around? No, sorry, Luca. I had my eyes on the dirt looking for beetles. Well, you just need to put in a stoplight. Alright, and like a little crosswalk. And then they will appear. And then you can get your camera out and take a picture of them. Walking, crossing it. And it'll make a great photo for an album cover. I can't seem to find any. He never came home last night. Well, that seemed to be a weird way to put that into his story. Do you think it's because it's been colder than normal? Are we having two different conversations? I don't see why that would have anything to do with No, the beetles! Do you think the temperature confused them? Their circadian rhythms or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetleologist. Just keep an eye out for him, would ya? Of course. You did hear about Rolo missing, right? Rolo is missing? Not a beetle? Oh no! Yeah, she told me to stay in the house, and I basically, the first thing was, go to the library. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? Ooh, weird.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
And I'm hanging out with this cat named Beck. She's new in town, you know, she has an unlucky penny and you know, she's cool and stuff. I guess. Okay, so this isn't interesting enough to talk to. This weird house in the middle of nowhere isn't interesting enough to get any sort of narration on. Okay. Well, Grandma shouldn't have grounded me for leaving the icebox open. I didn't ignore her. I listened to her words and then chose to do the opposite of that. Because a child went missing. Grandma would want me to see and find a child who is my friend.
The Valentine mansion, both figuratively and literally.
You know, I'm not hiding Rolo. I'm finding Rolo. Yeah, somebody's going to eat Rolo. I mean, he's covered in chocolate and filled with caramel. Delicious. And I did say ignore, but you can't prove that. Oh, great. I can't go back again. Hey, Luca. Looks like the path goes this way. It does. It does go that way. I know the path. Do I have to... Am I going... How far do I have to go over? Mystery music! They are so cute. They're very cute. But Luca's very sad. And she isn't cute. She's, dark and mysterious and misunderstood, and nobody gets her. It's best to be alone because she can't get close to anybody. Because apparently you can't write letters and have long-distance relationships with people, but whatever. Okay, I'll stop grooving to the music. I also got into a fight with a kid over puns, because I'm the only one who can make bee puns. Ugh, my sniffles. Oh, I'm stuck.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck.
Oh no, is she evil?
Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Oh? This sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze, definitely not what I expected from this place. She suddenly turned into a valley girl, and I didn't mean for that to happen. I have no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next now she's stuck like that. Well, the next obvious stuff is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo.
Throw some turtles in it, see if they become ninjas.
Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood.
Ooh.
First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the... Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray.
Oh no.
Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So the science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Never mind, she is a valley girl. She's a valley girl. It works. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Poke it, lick it, eat it. You weird kid, let's throw you in it. Hey, Tish, look at what the cat dragged in. Yup. I don't have time for this right now. Ah, don't say things like that. Hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yup. She looks fine to me. Why, hello. Don't think we have been properly introduced. Iggy the name. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot, Tish. Yup. You've probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll forgive you just this once, on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dude 'Cause I'm cool and mysterious and wear sweaters outside in the summertime. Oh. He seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Okay, well, if one dies, it's not really skipping out on you. And, okay, we did say mom went out to the store to buy milk and hasn't come back yet, so I can't say much for that one. But who knows, maybe she just got really lost. You know, roads can get really confusing. Apparently the road to Beacon Pines is very boring. So maybe she went a little mad and just like got turned around. We don't know her life. And then Granny came and I have just ignored her all the time. Yeah. Now my friend is missing. It's a sad, sad life. Shut up. It's true. They got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Oh, I have a fight thing now. I have a fight thing. We can fight, Iggy. Let's fight. I got horns and you don't. You look like a tiny kangaroo mouse. I'm gonna step on you. Ha ha ha. Well, look who's grown. Oh, that is a rhinoceros as a friend, though. I feel like I do have a disadvantage there. But maybe they'll trip. Ha ha. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that a girl's around. First, his pops croaked. Then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle.
Oh, what if I push him in the puddle?
Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city. But a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Well, time to bust out the tickles. The strange? Tickles are the strange. Tickles are the strange. What is the strange? What is tickles? Or the I want to know what the strange is. What is the strange? What is the strange?
Well, time to bust out the strange.
What is the tickles? What is the strange? I don't know how to say my VODs, and I post my VODs onto YouTube. I mean, they're edited, so I can just edit the part out, by the way. Haha. I think I did do the thing where I can save my VODs. My VODs. Saying VODs is annoying. My VODs. Let's see. Oh, this is going to sound weird, but let's see how Beck shows us strange. Alright. Alright, Luca. Looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with ya, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yup. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense, wackadoos travel in packs. Hey, dude.
At the sight of Iggy taunting back, something in Luca snapped.
Oh no.
Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Arrgh.
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
Okay, I didn't choose to push him in the ooze. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I didn't do it. That was Luca on his own. You jerk. My clothes are ruined. I'm gonna...
Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
Struggle. I don't feel so good. 12. I'm sorry, I just... Oh, shit. Yup. Oh. Okay. Well, did I use the thing to my ability? The bestest of the ability. It said it would have a check mark. A check mark where, though? Oh, okay. I see. Alright, okay. Strange was a question mark. What does tickle get us? Tickle.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
That's a bizarre thing to do. Hey, Tish. Wanna see something cool? Yo? Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
Tickle, 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 tickle. What the? Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Yup. Hey, yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Hey, yup, hey, yup,
Beck
hey, yup.
redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
Hey, yeah. What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us?
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends on what your feelings about having a more mature, refined look. Oh, God.
Chapter 4. The best policy.
Oh, chapter 4 already.
Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her.
I kind of liked it better when the other kid got hurt.
Primary concern.
But it didn't bring me to a new chapter. Okay. Oh. Oh, game, I get it. I get it. You're not gonna tell me which is better. Very clever. I feel like we'll get more information about the goo this way. It's cruel, but it's more info. Oh, don't step in it. That was intense. I think he's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
The person at the warehouse. This strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rollo. You took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, 'cause... Whoa! Game. This guy. Whoa! There, little buddies. You startled me. What in the dickens are you up to in this part of the woods? Town. You were just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news? Rollo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So, where was he? It's funny, really. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorienting and, you know, I'm starting to get that impression. Will's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest. Wow, that's a relief. You two should scurry along. I don't know. There's something about this guy that just makes me feel creeped out. I don't know I don't know if it's like the look on his face, but he just seems sketchy. Super sketchy. Way sketchy. Shady, sketchy man. You two should scurry along before you get lost yourselves. Yeah, come on, Beck. I can't wait to introduce you to Rollo. Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you. Ah, that's right, I'm grounded. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home. I guess. Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rollo tomorrow. Sure. Glad he's okay. Yeah, I like this a lot better because Rollo didn't get founded in the other one.
Rollo was safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread.
Yeah, 'cause Grandma.
Gran is going to kill me.
Oh, yeah.
If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits.
Well, that doesn't sound creepy at all.
Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran? Oh no, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna yell at me? Is she going to not yell at me? Gotta replug my thing in. More fun things. Things coming unplugged. Yeah, I gotta get myself in place. You're working 'cause I do? Okay. We'll lurk away. I'm home. Everything's fine. This mic is too close and covering my line of sight. What were you doing outside? Everything's fine. Didn't click on the thing. Gran? Oh no, if something happens to Gran, I'm like the most awful child. Gran, I kicked a kid into a puddle of weird mutant goop. I think it created a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain. Gran. Dogs? You have more than one? Or are you talking about neighbors? Gran? I didn't leave the fridge open this time. I know it wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was helping look for Rolo. Gran, I'm messing with stuff. Are you out here? I'm stuck. This is why I can't play zombie games, because I just get stuck on everything in existence. Gran? Roxy came over. She was worried about him. So I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. It turns out Rolo's safe and sound. She in the closet? Gran, you don't have to hide in the closet. I'll support you. No? Okay.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
Like my soul. So, Gran's not back yet. I'm just talking to myself now? Okay. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess. It's not really a good thing. I mean, you might as well get the yelled out
Luca was sitting by the pond,
over with.
listening to small waves lap against a rock.
I hear no waves.
His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?"
That's not how I made him sound.
"Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass.
Was it bees? Oh, be quiet,
"We're
bees.
fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one. Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb.
Are we going to catch a bazillion fish?
Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. Interesting choice. With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or the wrong
I
choice.
clicked too fast.
But I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold.
Is this the game telling me you made the wrong choice?
Dad, I don't understand. Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal. The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. Dad, look out! His father casually wound the reel. None of it's your fault, you know. Never was. Dad,
No,
we
it's
have to
my
go.
fault, Luca.
Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. Please, you have to run. The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. That's the thing about fishing, Luca. His chest began to crystallize. You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out. A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late.
This is what we get for fishing with bees.
He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean? The gentle rustle of leaves
Who
was the
knows?
only reply.
Oh?
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rollo?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst
Yeah,
the noise.
this game is actually pretty dark. It's really depressing. I was unaware of this, but yeah, pretty dark. It opens up with him at his dad's like grave. I'm like, wow. Hello, is that you? Luca. There. Rollo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen. I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Or Gray, are you in hell? Down here?
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? It was... took me some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in... for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust. I knew he was shady. He's... Listen, I can't do static, okay? Hold on, someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rollo! Rollo! Where are you?
Luca held still,
He
waiting for a
doesn't
response.
know.
His pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Great, thank you. I've been really working on my static. Okay, I think they're gone. Okay, more static. They don't put anything there, so I feel like I have to put something there. Getting worse. It's the equivalent of someone just like taking a phone to their face and going, I'm going through a tunnel. That's that sort of thing. I can barely hear you.
Willow's voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. Exclamation mark. You need to the treehouse. Listen, I'm not into that. The treehouse. I said no.
With that, the signal died for good.
What was trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? I don't know. Burn it. The antenna. Oh yeah, there is an antenna up there. He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Wait, Rollo actually had a smart thought. Good for him. Rollo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
I'm not one to yuck anybody's yum, but you know, I have to draw my lines. My personal ones. Hook up the walkie-talkie to the radio in the treehouse. The question is, do I know how to do that? Okay, so great. We're just ignoring more. I guess we ignore her once, we'll just ignore her a bunch more times. It's fine. Because I'm cool and mysterious like that. That's right. I kicked a kid into a puddle of ooze. Because I'm cool. Okay. I'm stuck. Oh no, it's not that way? I thought the treehouse was that. Oh no, I had to go down and then up?
Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching.
There's nowhere to
He
hide over
dashed
here.
behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Sure. Who are these people? So we all understand our roles. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
Shift, shift, shift. We're all in danger now. I, for one, to refuse to sit idly by while the danger persists. Did I just say persists? It's a persist. Refuse. Just say no. Hero. Don't know what voice to do for this lady. Hero, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
Hiram? Hiram? Hiram. You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Eris Valentine. Is Eris Valentine her name? Her name is Eris, or is she the Eris? That's a confusing name. Why would you do that? If it's both, it's fine. Both is fine. Both is fine, but if she's not an heiress and you named her Heiress? That's weird. Her resources would have still come handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after you called this morning. Plans change. How is Luca holding up? I'm in a bush. I mean, in the house, opening the fridge, leaving it open. Just what Gran told me to do. He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We'll have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Sparkplug? Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. I don't like the sounds of that. Gran? What are you meeting with Miss Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hi. Hey, Luca. Gah. Don, you scared me. Are you a bat? You're a bat. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. They sound like Animal Crossing people. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time! When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem to organize, and they seemed organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the house door. A call from Hiram? Is it Hiram? Is it Hiram? Names. Mr. Tolliver. It seems. I keep my brain goes East Asian and immediately changes it to Hiram. And I'm pretty sure, given his last name, it would be Hiram. I guess I'm gonna go with Hiram. I'm gonna call him Rum Rum. His name is now Rum Rum. She was either furious or determined. Or both. Oh, I did respark. I'm sorry, you squeaky bat thing. Her part? Their part? Its part? I don't know what pronouns you use. I think I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime, not century though. I will. Also, you weren't very useful in telling me anything you found out. Are you coming out? I'm gonna stick out here for a bit longer. See ya, Luca. They're right. I hear footsteps. Why did I still hear footsteps? I better get to the treehouse. Okay. Going to the treehouse. Oh, poor spoiled piggy doggy. I don't know why that bat doesn't have wings. Why am I a talking animal? I think I'm a deer. I'm a deer, right? I think I'm a deer. Maybe they did have wings, but we just didn't see it. Oh, what's going on over there? I'm stuck again. No, I overshot it. What are you doing? I did it! I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. I'm sitting. Do you not see me standing here? You were right. It was simple enough to just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
The two boys shared a mischievous grin.
Mwahaha. Can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Oh, he's learned us what the peasants do and pulled a prank. Good for you. Old Pickler's Pond. Okay. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay. Oh, just this mission control. Okay. Seeing if there's new stuff. I don't think there is. Okay, apparently I'm not seeing if there's new stuff. I don't think that's how that works, but okay. Rollo? Rollo, are you there? Oh, I am a deer? I'm at the treehouse now, Rollo. Maybe don't announce your position. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened out there? Is Rollo a tiger? Some sort of stripy cat? Dang it, Rollo, where are you? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I got weapons in here. So, Better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Is this Beck? Or is it Rollo? Weapons? How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Like my soul. Who are you? What? You don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
Oh, it's you. I'm a monster. And now they haunt me like the beast I am. Iggy?
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I mean, it's not, I'm not saying it isn't my fault, but is it my fault? I mean, is it? I didn't actively, purposely push you into the goo. You just kind of ended up falling into the goo. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second? Now I get to be like this for forever. There must be a way to fix this. There totally is. I chose to not do that route. Oh. You're gonna be my savior? Perfect. Little Luca saves the day with his positive attitude and the power of friendship. I don't like you that much to save you with the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all through the Weepwood. I only came here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Frollo! It's not safe, Luca! Rollo, where are you? The treehouse! I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. We've only been talking about the location of the treehouse since the forever. These, again, they're 12, so I guess I shouldn't have high expectations of them. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. Oh, the weird cultists. What did I tell ya? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. You didn't specify that. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do. But it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello. Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Arboreal? Arboreal. Right? Arboreal? Yeah. Yeah. I said that right. No? Yes? Whatever. Crap out of me. Luca, what has happening? Shh, Rolo. Don't panic. You stay here, and I'll see what they want. Wow. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Of course. We have a problem. Luca, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? I just said a bunch. Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They are saying the same stuff. But with the creepy knob cranked to 10. The creepy knob? Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC.
Well, this can't go wrong.
The mission control defense cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
I knew he was shady. Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though. We're here to help. Help? Then why were you chasing me? Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well. What's wrong with him, other than the obvious? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honkin' big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he is sick. He is real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay. That he was back at his place, resting. He is, poor fella, just got a little lost. That's a lie. is a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? You really like the word wackadoo, huh, kid? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
The ACDC? What did you do to Rollo? You liar. Well, shucks, Luca. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite the pickle. What kind of pickle? Is it one of those little tiny sweet pickles, or is it one of those giant dill pickles? I need to know the pickle situation. And I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. Is Granny gonna come? You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope?
Fire. Lightning. Pikachu.
He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option he had left. Fight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option
I
they
read
had left.
that.
He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
We AC/DC'd him. In the face. Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Oh, our most insolent demeanor? Rollo sends his regards. What was that? What did that do? That did nothing. What was that? What? That was the equivalent of as I just shook up a pop can and sprayed him with it. Hey. That was uncalled for, more than a little rude. And just plain unsanitary. Luca, I really did think we were good pals. Why wasn't shit an option there? What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
In this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit.
Well,
As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
wow. I got attacked by cultists, henchmen.
That escalated quickly.
It did.
Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Okay. Okay. So. Right. Shit really is the only option there. Let's see what happens when the cat is the one who gets the goo. The cat gets the goo. You've played part of this branch already. Skip to where you left off. Replay the branch.
Chapter 4.
I will skip it. Yeah.
The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but finding Rollo was his primary concern.
I mean, that streak did look pretty cool. Okay, so I still get to look for Rollo. I just look for Rollo on my own. Can I look at the goo? Don't step in the goo. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. Okay. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past in a panic, tizzy, huff? Panic.
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her.
Does she have horns? Are those horns? Is she a cow? Horn. Those are ears. Ears? Horns? Ears? Horns? Ear horns. Horns? Ears? I'm trying to figure out what she is.
Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of time.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rollo and I were just playing and we played yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit. and the dumpster, and I had a heavy bag dropped on us. Mine is actually simply high. And I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up. And I'm home. And it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
That's what people say before people die in movies. I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I wanna help. This is too dangerous for a kid, says a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little tree house you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
Yeah. You did the right thing, telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe this story? What other options do we have? Things have been strange around here, leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Wait at the tree house in case Rollo shows up. Not okay. La-di-da. Hi, person. Where I go? I go this way.
Mr. Nuncree jumped with a start.
Nuncree! Finally, they said this dude's name. I didn't know it was like Nooncree or Nuncree or whatever. I just called him guy who has the hots for grandma. Nuncree. So the D is silent? Okay.
Whoa, don't sneak up on an old fellow like that.
Sorry? I was trying to avoid you because you keep telling me how hot my grandma is. Who are you talking to?
What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh no. I was just checking because thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing's never done, of course. Of course.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really.
The whole thing's a waste of money if you ask me.
Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet.
Long time for a boy to lose his way.
Rollo... Is that music? Or is that a marching band? Rollo knows those woods too well to be lost. Get lost.
Suppose you're right. Silly boys' antics have this whole town worried sick.
Antics?
We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks.
You think this is a prank?
What other possible explanation could there be?
He's not playing a prank, and he didn't get lost. Someone took him. I know it.
How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncree gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy. If there is something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncree. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
There was a shame lurking. Well, shame was the only one I
There
got.
was a shame lurking behind those eyes.
Was it because he was telling a 12-year-old boy how hot his grandmother was?
A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Yes, I almost did the wrong voice for the wrong character. Yesterday, Ron and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
D isn't silent. Both of you? Okay. I said Rollo and I.
You were with Rollo when he went missing.
Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster.
The dumpster.
Is he the one in the hazmat suit? Look at the shape. He looks hazmat shape. Brain broke. Rebooting. He looks like he's hazmat shaped dude. Dude shaped. Hazmat dude shaped. There we go. I got there. Hazmat dude shaped. I got there. I can brain function. Not really a stutter, more like an error. He looks like the silhouette, like if you had the silhouette of the hazmat dude from the previous guy, like the previous episode, matches his silhouette. So like, imagine him in a hazmat suit. They look like they could be the same person. Is what I'm getting at. If that's less confusing. Just round shaped. He looks like he could be like an Among Us character. He's the only one who can look like looks like that. Everyone else in this town doesn't look big enough for that, but this guy does.
What were you doing there?
At first, we were just looking around. That would explain the shame and the danger music that is currently playing. Then something in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him.
You got scared by some
Garbage. Listen, garbage can be terrifying. It's gross and slime, especially hazmat suit guy throwing garbage because it's like ooze, mystery ooze. I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be thrown in a garbage can. Like, sounds like it should be thrown in some sort of hazardous waste sort of thing, but meh. Yes, mystery ooze. And we don't have any turtles in this town, so we don't have a teenage crime fighting force. There might be a rat somewhere, so maybe we can start one. And then we can throw them into the sewer. It'll be great. And then we'll open a pizza place and it'll have wonderful business.
Well, that's where you don't. That's why I don't go skulking in someone's dumpster.
Yes, that's the reason why. But it wasn't garbage. I think. I think it was a body.
I'm sure it was just some trash.
No, there was a name tag. You can throw name tags in the trash. Just saying. I'm pretty sure it was a body. I'm just saying that you could also throw a name tag away. It said deep engineering. Don't know what that is.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you hadn't said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to?
Listen, if you do something to me, my grandma will never dance with you. Not like she will now, but she will definitely, absolutely never.
I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you?
Yeah, and he that has pretty guilty feet right now. And I'm sure he has no rhythm. This game is so dark. We were so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
So that's what that phone booth is there for. What are you doing?
It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Psst. Like that?
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet.
What?
The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
Wow. Great, I've died 3 times in this game. Not exactly a record. I've had worse.
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Yep. So basically, this is not a good path in any way. This just leads to death. Oh, struggle? What if I choose struggle? What does struggle lead to? It looks like struggle gives me something else. Struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby.
I thought you were going to
He
continue
felt around
on.
wildly, searching for something, anything that could help.
You have terrible timing, ladies.
His
Just
hands
finish
found
the
a hard
paragraph.
object. Maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go!
I don't remember what's actually happening at
Luca
this part.
swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg.
Oh. Oh, this is where I'm being dragged away.
He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go.
Haha, take that, Nuncreed. Immediately forget how to pronounce his name. Wow, I must not like that dude.
Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home.
Never look back.
Chapter 3. Everything's fine.
That's what you tell yourself when everything's not fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted
At
the
least
awkward
I
silence.
survived. I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Yep, you had a jam session. Good jam sesh. You're gonna yell at me for living in a barn? So that'll need to get delivered into town today. I'll do it. Okay. So Luca doesn't remember any of these past things that are happening to him. Thank goodness. I'm not trying to break this kid. So what did you and Rollo get to yesterday? Can I tell Janny the truth? Oh, Rollo had things to do, so I just sort of looked around town. I set the jam down by the front door. Oh, there's 2 batches to drop off. Oh, I get it. Because Rollo didn't come with me. He never ran away, so he never went missing. And now I don't have to worry about saving him or getting saved by him. One for Mr. Tulliver at the Bag and Wag. Excuse me? The what now? What goes, what? What is sold at the Bag and Wag? Another for Mr. Fratelli at the diner. Oh, and screw Mr. Nuncreed. Isn't there more? Wanted more. I suspected as much, but actively decided to not give him any because he's a bit of a jerk. Yes, he seems to have taken a liking to, taken a particular interest in my jam. Yep. And your jam. Uh-huh. Or is it your jelly? No. Okay. There's some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. That enthusiastic gentleman. You know, he tried to murder me, right? I mean, he did murder me. Because you have to. He's basically stopping you on the street to tell you how much he likes your grandmother. That's immediately where your mind goes. That's where her mind went too. That's why she called him an enthusiastic gentleman. It's a polite way of saying something else. Just make sure Fratelli and Tulliver get ones on top. Well, that's not weird at all. No problem. I'm not giving him any. No, I'm not going to give him anything. If it's possible, I will not give him a thing. He just murdered me. He sent me into the phone booth and he was like, he knows too much or whatever, and murder me. So no, he gets none of my grandma's jam. What? What was that? Oh no! Stuck! Stuck! So stuck. Okay. Are you gonna yell at me? No? Put it by the front door? Alright, I'm gonna do a couple things. If I can remember how to exit this room. Which I never do. What was that? Oh, now I get to see there? Okay. Hello. It's Juniper Hartford. I guess they're kind of doing that noise, and so I don't have to. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. Last year's going to say proposal. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well. We can meet tonight. Okay. So it's these ones. Rolo! Rolo, what animal are you supposed to be? Are you a cat? Are you just an orange cat? An orange stripy cat? Or are you a tiger? Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. She saved your life, dude. You have no idea. But good news. No more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? Yep, almost died. So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Actually hands him a thing of dirt. Something happened there. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Mr. Nungrave? I suppose you don't know that. Was it aliens? Could be. It's cult, at least. I knew it would be aliens. It's a cult and aliens. Alien cult. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? No, alien cult, not alien zombies. It's never alien zombies. What else could it possibly be? Vampires. Just saying. Could be vampires. You didn't think about vampires, did you? Rolo? I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up later. After, even. Ooh. Is it a whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you're speaking of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Oh, you're such a nerd. And I don't mean that in a positive way. Normally I do, because I'm a nerd. Ugh, I need to go blow my nose. I will be right back after I go blow my nose. If I find my mouse. There it is. Hello, mouse. Okay. Yeah, I had to also eat part of a Pop-Tart because it was there. I'd rather not do that ASMR. I don't think my voice is charming enough for such things. This is not a mukbang. Okay. Where did I put my controller? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Where was I going? Ah. Yes, to... to the... Oh no! That's not the one that I wanted to click on. Nope, still clicked on the wrong one. I need to get like a PlayStation controller instead of an Xbox controller. Let's jump. What does that? No! We have already established does not do the thing that I wanted to do. I want to look at my missions. Okay. No? Alright. Alright, that's fine. The cafe? Or the diner? Is the cafe the diner? Okay. Because I know those are technically two different things, but I mean, like, in this game, is the cafe the diner? Zariel? How do I... Hiya, Luca. I don't know why, but this is how Zariel sounds like. Could you please tell this lazy butt to help out the cafe? Lumi, Zariel would like you... Luca, let me give you a little gem of advice. Oh, this is... Luca, let me give you a little gem of advice. If you never do what you don't love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Wow. You're really setting the kid up for success. Okay, stuck. Ugh. Last chance diner. Oh, the wagon tag, the wagon wag, the waggle wiggles is the next place I'm supposed to go. Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. Okay. What are you doing? Hi. Yes? What? Uh-huh. Yeah? Sorry, I'm having a conversation with my cat. Hey, Miss Fratelli. Look at you.
She leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
Oh, that's the worst. Why do people think that's okay, ever? You're all skin and bones. It's your gran not feeding you? She is. It's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how... Oh, you said mama. I feel like I should make you a Southern Belle. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day, not those days. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute. Running around in your little apron, taking orders. Child labor. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? Bear? I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Ah, they even have my name on them. How thoughtful.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your gran hello for me, Luca. I thought she was gonna say you here. Will do.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Oh no. Is this gonna be one of those really annoying serving cooking mini games? I'm ready to help, Mama. All right, little buckaroo. Are we all is she Southern too? Is she Southern too? Why are they always calling me buckaroo? Oh, 'cause I'm a deer. Oh. Wow. That... I get it. I get it. That makes sense. Okay. All right, little buckaroo. It's up to us to feed these folks while Miss Fratelli is away. I've got to deal with the inventory before I can start cooking. Do you think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? What am I, like 4? Yes, Mama. Oh no, this is going to be a fail. Hiya, Roxy. Luca? I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will run off on Rollo. What can I get you? I'm not really feeling like burger. Well, don't tell me what you're not feeling like. Just give me your order. This is why I'm not a waitress. I'm not feeling... That's not helpful. Tell me what you want and be the end of that. If you have questions, I'll answer it. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Coming right up! What? Okay, do they have the indulgent Tinder? Is that supposed to be chicken? What is that? What is... That's... No. That's a burger. That is... something. Watermelon? Ugh. Is that chicken? What is food? Bacon. I don't know if that's what she asked for. That's what she's getting. Here you go. I call it Love Me Tenders. Nice. Okay. Gazooks, they've shrunk the waitstaff.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
How's your pops doing? He's been pretty busy these days. I don't know that this is what children say. Don't judge me, cat. Dadu, I do not appreciate this judgmental look in your eyes. I don't know how old he is. This is how children sound like. No, I know the feeling. Tell him that fishing rod he ordered should be ready next week, will ya? Sure thing, just tell me your order. I've been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that can satisfy a sweet tooth? A sweet burger? Yeah, and top it off with some grilled cactus. Grilled cactus? The heart wants, the heart wants. Okay. Yeah. Now, son, if I wanted a disappointing burger, I would have cooked it myself. Remember something. Sweet topped with grilled cactus. Something sweet topped with grilled cat. Is that fish? Oh, this is just a bunch of candy. Okay. Here's your order. I call it the sweet and stabby. Sweet and stabby. Now that sounds like that sounds awful. Why? Why would you do that to any person? Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables? Absolutely. I'm just helping out. My mother had me hustling when I was your age as well. Father always says, children are to be sails, pulling a family ever forward. That doesn't sound very fun.
there's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I always made time to have lunch together once a month. Whoa! All of the funs.
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back?
No. Turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone.
Oh, it's very sad.
The silver lining is, without him around, I can have my usual. A nice stack of cold cuts, topped with a pile of sloppy chili.
I don't know how I feel about the food in this place. Oh, these are cold cuts. I see. Chili. Oh, the sound effect for that. Ugh. Here you are. Cold cuts with steamy hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. Hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. Mom, I became Katy Perry. Looks like we're missing a few things. Are you making me do more work? I'm like 5. Why don't you run and grab some more ingredients? Okay, I'll be back.
Wow. If I could just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn.
Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you.
It's just that Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, he might expect me to be a charismatic speaker.
I don't think anybody expects you to be that.
Nor anything useful.
You're just kind of there.
A figurehead. Well, they're doing all the shady stuff, I feel like.
I don't think you're a part of the shady stuff either.
The truth is I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing.
Cut out for being a mayor or for public speaking?
Both, I suppose.
Well, have you tried my grandma's jam? I heard it's pretty nice. I was supposed to give it to this old dude, but I don't like him, so you can have it. Not the ones on top, though.
I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. Or a legacy.
That sounds like a heavy burden to be telling to a 12-year-old. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. Yes, we know like the children are the wisest, and you should be telling me all your things. That's why it's from the mouth of babes. Because as a child, I have all of the knowledge I need to advise you. Up at dawn. I need to find the wagon bag, the wag bag, the baggle waggle, the ragtag bag of wag. Is it this way? Oh, that's the library. Deals, deals. That's the candy place. That's a pharmacy. It says RX. Yep. I guess it's too far when I see the old man. Nope. Is it here? Is there another store I can enter into? This is always a fun part of a game when I'm just completely lost and running around trying to figure out where I'm... No! Went there. Where I can and can't go, where I'm supposed to go. It's carrying jam. That's the town hall. This box is in my way. Can I go in here? No. Okay. In here? Nope. Oh, what is this way? Ah, here we go. Here's a whole spot over here. Are you the dude I'm supposed to talk to? Got really close.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples.
Hiram!
More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Just the one? Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh no, that's sad. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Not to bother. No bother, no
He
bother.
leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me? Yeah, Gran had some jam, I suppose. Why are you making it so weird, though? Had some jam I'm supposed to give
He
you.
leaned in a bit further.
Okay, if I lean in any further, I'm going to be practically eating my mic. Jam? Yeah. These ones on top. She wrote your name on
Mr.
them.
Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes! The jam! Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
Oh my goodness, what's wrong? He's as bad as Rolo. He would make a terrible spy. I shall put it on my store shelves post haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries.
Of course. Of
He
course.
leaned in for a final whisper.
Okay. Of course. Of course. Course, not a horse. I don't think there's any horses in this game. Man, do I really have to give jam to that old dude that tried to take me out? I mean, he did. He did take me out. That was the end of my story. Do you want some? You don't like Coke. It's too fizzy for you. Yeah, that's what I thought. But staring at it all like you're coveting it. Sorry again, talking to the cat. Can I give it to the history museum?
We
No.
all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Shopper Valentine. Young Shopper's keen intellect and strong moral
It's my
power
Coke.
led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow.
We share Mountain Dews, though.
In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Shopper away from us far too soon. To this day,
Sad
we struggle
son.
to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines.
Happy
The
son.
spirit of Shopper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Remembrance Fund.
Also, she didn't want it. I gave it to her, and she said no. She doesn't like it. It's too fizzy. It's too spicy for her. She's just staring at it. That was unhelpful. Who wants some jam? Who wants some jam? You. Do you want jam? How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice cream from? I don't know, somewhere cold? You don't make it? How do you keep somewhere cold? These are great kid questions. Look, Bert. Do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Melon kicker? I just kicked a melon? Take that, melon. Show you who's boss. With jam in my hands. I got it. Play that funky music. Smack. okay? What? Oh, it says no touching right there. There's a sign that's right here. It just says no touching. I'm just like, kick, 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 kick. So, come to my treehouse with your sad panda cult. Even though I love red pandas. Your clipboards. I think I got everything from that. I got smack. And I got 2 achievements. What else can I kick? Can I kick other stuff? I want to kick other stuff. No, I just jump. Oh, that's no fun. I want to kick more stuff. It sounds weird when you're passively listening to it, and then it doesn't get any less weird when you actually look at it. It's weird either way, huh? Man, I have to get that jerk his jam. This game is weird. Although not the weirdest game I played. Come on, come over here. See if you can step on clouds like me. Are you light up as a feather? Come on, come on. See if you fall through the game dev world. Let's do it. Get over here. No? Fine. Got some jam for you, Mr. Jerkfit Nun Creed. Noon Creed.
Luca, you seem chipper.
I'm plotting your demise. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I'm gonna get that stick and pour goop on you.
I suppose it is.
I just learned how to kick things, so just so you know, I can only kick that melon for some reason. But I have smack as an option now. So, do you want your jam?
Oh, right. Usually Junior dropped those off herself.
Guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day.
Oh, in that case,
Accidentally drops jam before he can fix it up. He's like, oops, I'm so sorry.
Nuncreed snatched the basket from Luca.
I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see your grand.
Oh, you know you're stealing our basket? Hey, yo. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell ya you ask too many questions? Wait, didn't you just run up to me and ask me a bunch of questions? Just try to keep up, okay? What just happened? Well, hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the world is pineapple. Better than anchovies. Oh, and what is your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilana? Let's go with that. Ilana. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So, you both can blah blah blah. You both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh, darling, we never doubted you. It's just that we're children with fewer than 5 close friends. Who needs that many close friends? That's a lot. The probability of a stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nellie means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luca, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him, and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Wow. Wow. I can't believe that worked. Thanks. Thanks a ton. Yeah, how did that? Were they that desperate? You're welcome. I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is the little cottage next to that big mansion place. Oh, so that was the weird place that I found earlier in the game that I couldn't touch or interact with. That's fun. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by there. Big creepy gate. Don't be late. I'm back to square one this whole friend. Or I'm back to square one of this whole friend grift. Great. See you there. Meet back at the big creepy gate. Like right now? Do I have to tell Grandma I delivered the stuff? Oh, I have to go to I have to go back to the treehouse. Okay. I remembered things. I'm so proud of myself because I remembered so good. I'm stuck again because I looked down. Oh, what was that? Was that a splish? Was that a sploosh? Nope, that's just the thing moving. Okay. This is get on the bridge. There we go. That was just a sign, wasn't it?
Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
Okay, I'm here. Why aren't you here? I pondered. I now quit pondering. Stop pondering. Again, I still don't think that's how one ponders. I've never pondered in such a way. Well, just because I have never pondered in such a way does not mean that one cannot ponder in that manner. I'm not the expert on pondering. Although I do spend many hours pondering. Just pondering and pondering. I wish I could ponder by the pond. That would be amusing. What do you say? Do you think jam would make good bait? I don't think so. At this point, anything. I don't think jam would make good bait. So I'm just not going to talk to Rolo then. Okay. Who are you? No, this is G. You look creepy. Good morning, Jeff. Oh, you're just some old dude. What's all good about it? Oh, you're the one who went out of business. Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not that bad. The festival is coming up. Oh, the festival. Old Man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's perennial harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town.
As far as I see it, the difference is, the sound is making my ears hurt. The difference between the old Valentine company and this new perennial harvest outfit.
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
Is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Wow, you took a really roundabout way to just tell me you thought something was garbage, but okay, you made your point. Hello, evil phone booth. I guess it's this way. So, who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. Solomon moved in a few years back. 3 creepy little kid. Not 3. I was like, huh? The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Totally. It totally does. It just makes you go, ugh, gag me with a spoon. Like, that's the type of stuff that happens there. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. That doesn't mean shady stuff doesn't happen in the mansion. You just don't know about it. So it's empty and boring. Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this foul harvest thing. Shoop, shoop, shoop. I bet it would be very weird to live in this town. And not, being the new person in this little teeny town. Everybody's just like, the foul harvest came. And you're just like, what is a foul harvest? I mean, I guess you can guess what the foul harvest is. Eventually, you're going to explain to me what that harvest got all foul. What? Yep, I'm gonna reread that because that didn't click in my brain. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I think if this happened to me in real life, I'd probably go along with it. It was like, why not? Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help.
You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Well, this I streamed longer than I thought I was going to. But I'll end it here. And the iPad didn't die, which was nice. My plan has worked. Mwahahahahahahahaha. I failed 3 times. Mwahaha. Yes, yes. It's my evil plan to not have the second screen die in the middle of it. Yeah, I did learn. I did so many. But yeah, I guess I'll be on next week. The same game. Hopefully I die less. Good night. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun. Thanks for hanging out.